What up, y'all? I got another video. This is Predator versus Spider-Man, and it's supposed to be brutal. So we're gonna watch it. I already have my pick. I'm gonna say Spider-Man hands down. You're not beating Spider-Man. I don't care what you say, bro. I don't care what y'all say. You're not beating Spider-Man. So y'all can go on with that Predator, cause he don't got nothing on Spidey. Well, let's see what they got, man.
What's up, my comic comrades? The wait is over. Predator vs. Spider-Man issue 1 has finally dropped, and we're here to break it all down for you. And let me tell you something, this is one of the most gruesome Spider-Man issues I have ever read. It's essentially a Spider-Man horror comic.
All right, wait. Spoiler: if you into comics and you don't want to, you might want to click off this video. Just, me, YOLO.
It's amazing, so let's get into it. The issue starts off in New York as we learn NYC is going through a massive heat wave. A caption says the heat made the city cruel, and crime spiked with the thermometer. Robberies, assaults, murders. But this was different. This wasn't a bullet to the head or a knife to the gut. This was something new. Most of the time, when there's a killing, it happens fast. This one had some time, care, and even artistry put into it. We then see Detective LaPearl eating ice while staring at the victims at a crime scene. In classic Predator fashion, we see—
Bro, you have to be sick. You staring at a victim that's dying, basically, or just already half dead or whatever. You eating ice. Bro, you cold-blooded, man. I ain't gonna lie, that.
3 bodies hanging upside down, skinned. One of the crime scene investigators asks, "You ever see anything like this, detective?" She replies, "Nope," as the investigator takes a picture. He says this building was condemned a year ago. The neighbors say it's been full of junkie squatters ever since. Could it be drug-related, a stolen stash, or maybe a neighborhood vigilante wanting to clean up his block? The detective answers, "You're thinking pretty logically. Skinning someone, in my mind anyway, defies logic. This wasn't a robbery, but something was stolen. Everybody's missing a piece." She then points out a missing jaw, a rib, and a finger. The investigator asks, "What do you think that means?" The detective answers, "Wish I knew. This Skinner is some kind of sick-ass trophy hunter." And she's exactly right, because of course we know this is the work of a predator. The issue just started, and it's off to a gruesome start, seeing 3 bodies skinned with body parts removed, and it's—
So that's what we know right now so far, is that the Predator, it literally skins off the persons, it skins them off, and it gets like a piece of their finger, and it's like part of their trophy type thing. Okay.
It only gets crazier, friends. As the detective looks around the crime scene, she asks, "And hey, what were you doing talking to the neighbors?" "That's my job." The person doesn't answer, and she repeats, "I asked you a question." But the crime scene investigator is gone as 2 more arrive, saying, "Sorry, we're late, stuck in traffic." As usual. The detective says, "Hold up, if you just got here, then who have I been talking to?" We then see the crime scene investigator she was talking to was—
Yo, Spider-Man is a freaking beast, bro. He came in here so smooth. What?
actually Peter Parker in disguise. He runs off, now suited up as Spider-Man, calling Jameson, saying, "It's Peter, I've got something." Jameson replies, "The last time you promised me something, Parker, it was a neighborhood puppy parade in Queens. I don't want good news, I want bad news. I want fear. Fear gets clicks. Clicks gets ad revenue. Do you think it's hot outside? It's really hot in here. Our feet are in the fire. This paper barely has a budget anymore. You're 5 canceled subscriptions away from losing your job." Peter answers while web slinging through the city, "How about a mass murder?" Jameson asks, "Do you have photos?" "You better have photos." Peter just says, "Be there in 5 minutes."
Yo, check out the details of this, though. I mean, I really do should get into comics, but look, this dude has a phone webbed to his ear, so that way it doesn't fall out. Bro, the details in this mud, bro.
Traffic's light the way I'm going. But he spoke too soon as he sees bank robbers coming out of a bank with cash. He then tells Jameson, "Actually make that 20 minutes. Something just came up." So of course, Peter/Spider-Man starts tailing the crooks in their van. He tries to cut them off at the next block, but he didn't anticipate the open hydrant that turned the boiling hot streets into a water park as we see kids playing in them. So of course, he has to save the kids, saying, "Hi kids, sorry to interrupt the play date."
Badass kids.
Lets the van get away. We're then taken to where the van went in some warehouse as we see a guy take out the loot note saying, "Close the door, cut the engine. We split the cash quick. Then we each go our separate ways. Nobody talks to nobody for 2 weeks. Understand? Are you hearing me?" But when the man turns around, he sees his 3 partners have been brutally killed behind him. He then pulls out an Uzi saying, "What the hell is this? Where are you? Where the heck are you? Do you want to cut of this? Let's work something out." A massive hand then grabs him by the face, and on the very next panel, we see it tears off his face, revealing all the muscle tissue and tendons beneath as the man screams in pain. We then see a predator arm with a blade launching from its forearm as it impales the thug from behind, killing him. On the next page, we see the predator hold the man's face in its hands, looking at it through its predator vision, before it puts it over its own face like a mask, all Death of the Family Joker style. This is insanely, brutally awesome. We are then taken back to Spider-Man, who's leaving the kids he just saved, saying, "Bye, have fun.
This is the most gruesome I've ever seen from a Spider-Man universe, bro.
Get run over by robbers, grumpy tax drivers, or delivery bikes weighed down with warm salads and leaky burritos." Eventually, he makes his way to the warehouse the van went to, saying, "Okay, back to the baddies." As Spider-Man goes inside, he then says, "Oh no." Jameson calls him saying, "Parker, I thought you said you'd be here already." Peter says, "Mr. Jameson, what I saw earlier, it wasn't an isolated incident. We're dealing with a serial killer." We then see that Peter is looking up at 4 skinned bodies that the Predator just killed, each also missing a body part. From here we get panels of the citizens of New York while captions say the heat was like a living thing, a predator that you had to fight to survive. Every AC unit in the city was cranked to the limit. Every fan blasted on high. The grid could only take so much. We then see Jameson say to Peter, "The article isn't terrible, Parker, but it needs more dirty panic. You could be next," tone of warning. Peter says, "I disagree. I only feel okay about running this because I don't want it to happen to anyone else. We want people to be careful and vigilant, not scared." The power then goes out as Jameson says, "Are you kidding me? A power outage? I've got breaking news here." On the next panel, we're taken to a subway train that Mary Jane is on. As she's reading a book, the power goes off and she says, "Seriously?" Everyone else on the train instantly gets annoyed, but one girl specifically starts saying, "No, no, no, no." MJ comes over to her saying, "Hey, I'm MJ. You okay?" The girl tells her, "I get claustrophobic. The heat, the dark, I can't." MJ then turns the light on her phone saying, "It feels tight in here, I know, but look at all the space outside. You see? Just focus on what's out there and not in here." The woman says, "Thanks, MJ, I'm trying." We then see the Predator.
Is that the Predator? Yeah, I'm about to say the Predator can see that.
Is down there making its way to the subway car. The girl then tells MJ, "Hey, I think I see somebody out there." MJ replies, "Yeah, could be somebody with transit. Maybe they're fixing the tracks." As they see a shadowy figure, and as it gets closer, it essentially does a jump scare, putting its face to the glass of the subway car, revealing it's the Predator still wearing the crook skin face from earlier.
Crazy.
And it's absolutely terrifying.
Bro, they literally look like a freaking like mosquito slash fly mutated together, like with like some glass and metal. Like, what type of predator are you, dog? This is crazy.
MJ and the girl scream. It's kind of awesome how intense this issue is. They are going all out and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
We are then taken back to Peter and Jameson as Jameson says, "Assuming you've got juice, let's get your phone and laptop paired. I want this article up and on the website and social media pronto." Peter replies, "I've got no coverage. Towers are down." And Con Ed is saying it could be days before they get everybody powered up again. Jameson asks, "What are we supposed to do? Sit here with our thumbs up our asses?" Peter snaps his fingers saying, "Let's fire up the Jenny." Peter then takes Jameson down to the newspaper printer saying, "The network is down, so we go analog. We could sell papers, actual papers. We hand sell them on street corners, old school. Nobody will have anything to stream or swipe or click, so we help the paper with a boost of readers. But more importantly, we help protect the city." So that's exactly what Peter and Jameson do. Captions then say, "Over the next few hours, it grew as hot inside as outside. People did what they could to stay cool and pass the time. They wouldn't have known they were being hunted if not for Peter." As we see Jameson selling the papers on the streets, the detective from the beginning of the issue snatches it out of his hand saying, "Give me that." He tells her, "This isn't a library. Give me $20. She says, "Photo credit, Peter Parker. There's now a law against disseminating photos of a crime scene without the permission of the victims or the police." Jameson tells her, "I'm protected by the Fourth Estate." She then shows him her badge saying, "You want to try me? I want to bring in Parker for questioning. Now, or I'll arrest you. Where is he?" We then see Spider-Man web slinging off as he's making his way to MJ's apartment. And when he goes through her window, he says, "MJ, I think I've got a long night ahead of me, but I wanted to check in and see how your audition went." He then says,
"Oh, there's no way he
MJ,
did.
where are you?" As we see the book she was reading on the subway car covered in blood, with her hand also covered in blood right next to it, alluding that the Predator may have killed her, which would be absolutely insane to kill her off in the first issue. In any case, we're then taken to a man who's selling the Daily Bugle newspaper yelling, "There's There's a predator on the loose. You then see two thugs saying, wonder how much cash he's got. So of course, they hold up the man, pointing guns at him, saying, how about you unload those pockets, man? But an arrow out of nowhere goes through one of the thugs' hands, taking off his fingers. And on the next page, we see it's not the predator, but Craven the hunter. Craven then puts an arrow through the other thug's head as the one who's missing fingers runs off. Craven tells the man selling newspapers, you shouldn't be out here. You're not strong enough. The city can be a dangerous place, especially in the dark. He then pulls the arrow out of the man's head, saying, but before you run back to your nest, little mouse, and you should run, what was it you were saying about this predator? And with that, the issue ends. But in the back of the book, we also get a great teaser page for issue 2, which shows the predator attacking Mary Jane and Spider-Man reaching out for her. So maybe she's not dead, at least not yet. No matter how you look at it, this title just went nuts right out the gate, especially when you add the fact that Craven found out there's a predator in New York who's killing people off. So now he's arrived to hunt the predator because Craven's obsession is to prove that he is the top predator and hunter in the world. So with him in the mix, this story is probably going to get even bloodier, which is quite a statement. Man, does this have a glorious setup. In fact, this could potentially be the best Marvel vs. Predator series thus far, which also says a lot because both the Predator vs. Wolverine and Predator vs. Black Panther titles were phenomenal. So hold on to your butts, friends, because this could get amazing. Anyway, there you have it.
That seems crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of shift my whole perspective, man. That's a handful of Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? It just is. But I still go with my gut, bro. I think that Spider-Man, he that man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you touch MJ. He gonna put some Spidey hands on you. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, shout out to this dude for a full issue breakdown. That was dope. If you guys enjoyed, man, definitely give it a thumbs up. And just let me know if y'all want to see more stuff like this and want to watch it with me. Because, you know, I'll be looking for like some cool stuff just to check out. And just do reactions and stuff too. And just let me know any recommendations and I'll definitely check those out too. Anyways, see you on the next one. Peace.